radio. James. Okay. Let us see. Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing like back and forth boss rushing and profit crafting for a little bit today, most likely. Just trying to get enough money to move to what I want to do. Why did I even put the portal out there? I'm pretty sure Katarina does like actually 0 damage. Someone was saying she does mostly chaos damage, which means she actually does 0 damage to me. So, after a pretty bad stint this morning of literally getting one Awakener fragment for 10 maps in a row, shit you not, one Awakener fragment 10 maps in a row, I've decided that I will do Ziggurat. Because that pissed me the fuck off. You know, I was like, okay, not happening. I'm not dealing with 10 maps of making $0, like actually 0. So we gotta deal with Katarina. Did she not spawn the rest of her dudes? When did it expire? I probably need to turn that off. Let's see. Support a streamer, PoE1. I honestly forgot that it was there. Let's see. What is it even under? Could be launches soon. Yeah. First the All-Flame Twitch drops. Running a week of Twitch drops starting July 24th. Support a streamer. Yeah, it is just until August 1st, so that was a couple days ago. Yeah, I completely forgot that that was even there. Well, at least he didn't get baited. Okay. Yeah, Katarina takes quite long. We'll keep going the rest of these maps. I think I have... yeah, I have a bunch of these still. I'm not capturing a single beast for you, Einhar. Absolutely the fuck not. One cool thing about Leap Slam is that it's based off of your movement speed as well as your attack speed. So having like the upgraded Stampede now makes it so that you actually leap slam pretty fast. Like I leap slam quite fast. Yo, Schizofits, 10 stream streak. You stalking me? How dare you? What's up, dude? The other thing that I hate about this fight is the "Arise, my children, feed." What am I thinking about for the next build? So there's this thing that was posted the other day about Fireball and the way that it works with the new Pact, and I'm probably going to be trying something with that. As for what that is, oh yeah. Superior Ezomite Axe. Ooping. Ooping. Yeah, I kind of want to mess with that, honestly. It seems kind of cool. Reclaimed Malevolence. Yeah, so that's the one where you have to, like, combine all the other ones together or some shit, right? And I'm assuming there's not very many of them for sale. I definitely feel like that's the play with Guardian and Frostmage and such. I'm probably going to start it off as an Archmage. The main thing is figuring out the angle for defenses. Because, like, the defensive layer that I was using, obviously, was block with the, you know, the weapon, the bow, but, however, that's not really going to work with Fireball. Oh, that actually hit me. I don't know that I've, in the entire time I've been doing this recently, if I've ever had that ability hit me. Hit me again? 2 in a row? So this thing just seems awful. Like, it just seems awful. I don't know why it shows up as that, because regardless if this is like 2, it still doesn't really sell for anything. So what about 145? What's it go up to? 140 and 2. Like, does that exist? Why does that not exist? Oh, this is amount of energy shield, not quality. Why does it do it that way? That's weird. Yeah, it's just like, is it even worth volleying one that's a +1? Like, I don't even know if a +1 volled one would sell, right? Yeah. Seems kind of useless. Either way. 200k dust. Yeah, it's like the gloves from the Malachite gloves or whatever sell for like 30 or so chaos. I don't know why those just sell for 10. Or that just sells for 10. And you would think they would be similar amounts of dust, right? Since they're the same tier from the same type of boss. Yeah, which is weird. Like, I don't know why the gloves are more dust than the helmet, you know?
Death will never come.
Does not make sense. Oh, this is Celestial. If you're talking about for Whirlwind. The fragments are like 33 for Blazing and like 109 for Devouring. This fight's actually really easy with Slayer Overleech. Like, you leech for so long that it just straight up doesn't matter if you stand in the beams or anything else. You said proper. Like it is. But you can make a decent amount of money. Like, I'm probably just gonna do this and then spend like 20 minutes profit crafting, and then this for a little while just so that I don't break my hands doing the profit crafting. I want to farm up a couple hundred div, like maybe 200 is probably good for the stuff that I want to do. I don't think I need a ton more than that. Because initially we're just going to mess around with a Fireball Archmage build, see how that goes. And then we are going to possibly do a Guardian, a Frostmage Guardian.
Death will never come.
I don't know if I'm gonna do the Indigon stuff. Like, that doesn't seem super interesting to me, just because, like, it will most likely be destroyed next league, you know? I try to stick to stuff that isn't obviously going to be nerfed. prefer to at least attempt to make my build work from league to league, so that it doesn't just disappear. You know? Enemy Guardian has been pretty much fine, though. Like I said before, he survived in most of the Ubers. I'm actually curious to do an Uber Maven at some point, just to see if he survives. But he seems to be mostly fine. Like, yeah, a big, juicy Shavron with multi-proj can kill him, but I feel like that's kind of expected with how much damage it does. We should be able to put jewelry on Animate Guardians. Does Basilica have good cards? Mirror Shard. Uh-huh, interesting. What does the text on this say? Your maps have 4% chance to drop a scrying orb on completion. So to quote-unquote guarantee one, you would need to do 25 maps. The problem is that Basilica boss is Innocence, right? Yeah, that sounds fucking miserable. Yeah, that seems pretty annoying. It wouldn't be too bad if you just walk in and then go do something else while it kills the boss, but... Because it's a pretty consistent map layout, you just like jump to the end and then you're pretty much done, so... But yeah, I feel like you can't really get very many of those done per hour. Is it really behind the fortress? I expected that just to be a random little like extra zone. Is it actually behind here? Oh, that's shit. That's what I get for assuming.
Death will never come.
Yeah, the Bazaar one I was surprised at, because you know, when I looked at it, I didn't even think about I didn't even think about that fact, right? But the fact that it has Silly Boy, Miracle, and the Slumbering Beast is kind of wild. That's a lot of good cards. out of portal scrolls. Okay. So
I should raise my fees.
wow, they went down to 101 from that? Whatever, doesn't matter. 31. I have 8 of them.
We'll make it happen. All in order. I should raise my fees.
Okay. This probably won't sell at such a high number.
I'll put the word out.
It's 303 stock. Okay. I was about to say, dude, like, come on. Alright. Maybe we do a wee bit of profit crafting. Just a wee bit. Why do you have 2 Storm Shroud jewels? I don't. It's a bug with Mobalytics. If you check the POB, they're not in there. And I can't, like, manually remove them from the Mobalytics. I don't know why it does that, but I don't have 2 Storm Shrouds. Okay, any one unique? That. And level 75 to 83. Corrupted, no. Fractured, no. Search. Still would like it if we could search for non-intangible. That would be very nice. Yeah, Mobalytics has a decent amount of small bugs like that. There's not a ton I can realistically do. Which map would I scry? Realistically, the problem with scrying maps is just that most of the cards that are good just aren't really ever going to actually drop. Like, Silica's okay, Bazaar is okay, let's see. There. I mean, this is basically just never gonna drop. Like, Unrequited Love, I just don't know if that's actually gonna drop.
A potent little gift.
Yo, Aquilon, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate you, gamer. Yeah, because, like, if you're doing the div card farm, that's one thing. Like, Cage has Beanos as well as Mageblood. Like, that's okay-ish. But yeah, I mean, Bazaar seems pretty good. Hinakora's Lock, Horn Scarab, Awaken Exceptional Gem, like, those all seem pretty solid. As for everything else, I mean, if you want to go for, like, the nuts, crazy, whatever draw, I couldn't tell you what that is right now, but... Yeah. Glad the build's been working for you, Aquilon. I am going to most likely be revisiting Archmage a little bit here before I transition into something else. Oh, this has 20% intangibility. I hate how the trade website does this thing where it just, like, suddenly jumps back. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
I'd consider that a win.
Like, I'll be scrolling down and all of a sudden it just jumps up, like, a quarter of a screen and makes it so that I can't click the button that I'm trying to click. Alright. Next patch. Sick. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth between profit crafting. Like, I'll probably try to roll like 3 to 5 overlords, most likely. And then I'll go back to running some bosses for a while. Most likely to play. Just because, like, profit crafting is much more money than basically anything else I can do right now per time spent, but it destroys my hand and is not, like, the most fun thing to watch, so I'm just going to be doing, like, little bits of it. It's mostly the part about it destroying my hand. Because, like, I do try to put on a good show, but I also am just doing whatever the fuck I want to do, right? So... but it's mostly the destroying my hand part. Although, these days, with being in the gym much more often and gaining a lot more muscle in my arms and having, like, a good ergonomic setup, my wrists don't actually hurt much at all despite playing a lot of PoE. Like my hands and my wrists just really don't hurt that much anymore. Despite doing a lot of incessant clicking like this. Like, there's still little bits of pain here and there, but I think that's to be expected with all of this just constant clicking like this. Okay. I do wish the GGG would give us a thing where if we wanted to use a currency item on multiple items simultaneously, that we could do that, right? I was talking to a girlfriend's friend and I asked how long is a long time to sit in front of a computer. An hour and a half. I mean, with no breaks of standing up or doing anything, I do think an hour and a half is probably, you know, like, not that bad if we're talking about just before a break. If we're talking about, like, that's the full time that you're on the computer, I've sat at the computer straight with very few breaks for, like, 12 to 16 hours many times in my life. Like, there have been days where I wake up, get on the computer, and then go to sleep. Like... and that's just all I did that day, besides, like, go and grab food and stuff. So if they're saying an hour and a half before you get up and stretch a little bit, okay, that's probably fine. But an hour and a half total? That's not much computer time, gamers. Just a normal people. A normal person. Which, fair. Then that same normal person will sit on TikTok for 6 hours. Just how it is. Alright, so we got 5. See, that's how quickly it normally takes. You guys remember yesterday when I sat here and went through, like 3 inventories of alterations and got, like, 2 overlords, right? Like, you guys remember that if you were here yesterday, yeah? This is how it normally goes. Like, I got 5 in one inventory. Like, this is roughly how it normally goes. Like, in 900, I get like 3 to 5 most of the time. So I don't know what the hell happened yesterday, but, like, my RNG was just off yesterday by so much. I have no clue what was going on. Okay, so augments. I think that's all I need. I should probably buy some more sulfur. Wow, the price of this is going up so much. Yeah, I feel like there is a lot of just completely self-unaware people out there just having opinions. You know, like, it is what it is. Smite the Week's okay. And Fuel the Fight. Those are kind of bad. I mean, I'm going to take Fuel the Fight, but I think Fuel the Fight Smite the Weak is like a 1 div jewel at best. What? Did somebody put this in a POB? There's no way. Fuel the Fight Smite. Somebody must have put this in a POB. There's no way that they didn't put this in a POB. Absolutely no way that that happened.
Ah, nice and shiny.
Weight advantage. Yeah, someone must have put that in a POB. There's like no way that is, because it should not be worth that much. Like not even close. All right, so we just want the lowest intangibility, which is this. Okay. Relatively saved.
Fair winds and following seas. Not bad at all.
Pretty bad. Suffix again, so we have one more 50-50. Okay, that one's dead. Okay. Calamitous. Oh, martial prowess versus weight advantage. I actually think it's martial prowess. Right? Ooh, this is a hard one. Is it martial prowess? This gives me the chance to get the 17 div one. It's probably the play.
Nice.
Oh, 5% chance to hit that? On a, are you kidding me, bro? 5%? Wow. That's wild, dude. That's absurd. Aggressive defense? I don't think that's worth anything. Overload aggressive defense, martial prowess. Yeah, 2 div. I guess I'll sell it. It is what it is.
That'll serve you well.
I cannot believe. Heavy hitter? Smite the Weak? The Smite the Weak one being worth something is wild to me. Like that's crazy. Lightning res. Drive the destruction. Damn, this is a bad one again. Oh, wow. That's surprising. Are you kidding me, dude? Come on, man. What is with this intangibility right now? That's kind of wild.
All right, Pearl, that is.
Okay, martial prowess. That's really good. Weight advantage. I guess I do take the weight advantage, yeah. And then we do one more for something good. Cold regen or cold resistance. This should be quite good. Yep, 9 div. That's pretty good. Why is this one worth so much? That's so strange. Okay, so 8 divine for martial prowess, overload, weight advantage. This is still so weird to me. 12 div? Heal the fight, overlord, smite the weak. I guess smite the weak is like the highest damage out of the 3, so that kind of makes sense. But being with fuel the fight just kind of confuses me. Like that just confuses me. Like I know it's mana leech, which is fine, but that's so weird. And this is like 1 div, right? Yeah. Okay, so now we'll go buy some nightmare maps. Enough profit crafting for now. So that'll be like 20 div or something that we made. I guess, Tello? Like, I don't know. Very, very strange. Because, like, in my mind, that doesn't make a ton of sense as to why that particular one is expensive. but who knows? All right, we're probably gonna have to pay like 40 here, I would imagine, to get consistent amounts. Oh god, what is this guy's name? Mudkip's Winrar? Dude is like straight out of the fucking 2000s, bro. Oh, that's a 60% delirious one? Oh, I trolled, dude. I'm still gonna run it, but like, I didn't realize it was 60% fucking delirious. Hello? That's kind of wild.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
"60 maps with 5 scrying orbs is very, very lucky. Like, that's absurdly lucky. Because what, the math that I did earlier was it's 1 out of 25 is when it should drop, right?
Could do worse, Exile.
Okay, that's probably enough nightmare maps for now. Yeah, that's absurdly lucky. Like, holy shit. Because it does say 4% on completion of the map, so just don't take any big risks that require luck for the rest of the day, okay?
Chance to drive a sword through that. Death will never come.
Resonating Massive Shrine Belt was so nice. I miss that shit. I'm kind of sad about the Shrine Belt. I wish they would have left in singular Shrine Belts and just gotten rid of, like, I don't know, acceleration or something. Like, the Shrine Belts were so cool. They enabled so many interesting builds. It's coming back in 330. Oh, did they say that? Did they say that in the thing? Yeah, in the Ziz interview. Oh, interesting. Is their answer to fixing endgame farm? We need to bring Mirage back. Is that their answer? That would be pretty funny. Because, yeah, I mean, if the Shrine Belt comes back, then the very obvious play for Cyclone is just to go back to the Shrine Belt, right? Like, we just go back to the build that we did last league. So if the Shrine Belts come back, that also probably means that Transfusion comes back, which means that this build should be significantly better again next league. Because I would imagine Transfusion would come back as well if the Shrine Belt's coming back, right? Looking at every single in-game mechanic. Interesting. I mean, it's about time, honestly. Like, realistically, I have kind of had a problem with things for a while now. My biggest issue with farming in the end game is like, I don't know, it's just there's so many farms that just don't have very much that you can scale with them. You know? Like, why is it that essence farming is just not benefited from scaling the difficulty, right? Like, why is essence farming better to just do on blue rolled maps? Like, why doesn't pack size or quantity or something affect the amount of essences that drop? Like, why don't they mention they want to make mechanics interact with each other organically? You know, that's basically what PoE 2 does. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess. What's up, break? I'll be real, it doesn't really feel like... I don't know, this is probably growing pains from it being like a whole independent PoE 1 team now. Because I definitely see some issues that shouldn't really be issues at this point in time, right? Like, I see some things that are happening. Each permanent minion. Seems kind of bad. I see some things that are happening, like problems that we've already addressed in the past that should have been like taken care of and figured out, just kind of are resurfacing a little bit in the PoE 1 team, and it makes sense, I guess, right? Like, there's like benefit of the doubt that you can give for PoE 2 where it's a completely different base of the game. Well, that's the thing, Sar, is that PoE 2 is a completely different base, right? Like, they are going about it from first principles, whereas PoE 1, we already kind of know, right? Doesn't pack size scale the calcification? If you manage to get to, I think it's 100% pack size, I think it makes it spawn another rare or something, but the ability to do that is very, very, very hard. Like, I don't think that you can get it. Well, the thing about it is, Sar, is that, like, it makes sense to do it from first principles when you're making a new game, right? Like, it makes sense to at least try it. Oh, that's working for you, John Dangles. Like, it makes sense to at least try it, yeah? Like, there are a lot of things that they've learned from just trying it in PoE 2 that I think are worthwhile, but I do feel like maybe there needs to be a little bit more, okay, we tried this, and let's just go back to what PoE 1 does. One of those systems, I believe, is the Scarab system. Like, I do think that tablets are just Scarabs, but significantly worse. Like, I think tablets are just kind of bad, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're just a bad mechanic, period. There's very little agency that you have over tablets. They're annoying to roll. Like, it's not... You can't just, like, run the mechanics that you want to run, right? Like, I definitely do think Scarabs are a much better system. Yeah, that's basically it, Corey, is like, there's no way to... One of the big things about PoE 1 that I personally like, and I think a lot of people like, is that you can buy a whole bunch of Scarabs, buy a whole bunch of whatever stuff that you want, and then you can just run like 20 maps without thinking, right? Like, you can just put stuff in there, run the maps, be happy. In PoE 2, there is no doing that. There is always some small amount of downtime in between each map, almost no matter what, just because of the nature of it, right? I don't really think the Infinite Atlas thing is inherently bad. I think the problem with it was just lack of agency, right? I personally still don't really like the Infinite Atlas. Some people like it, I guess, but I don't like it conceptually over, like, what we have in PoE 1. but it's tolerable, right? Like it's fine. I think the benefit to the Infinite Atlas is just that you are kind of forced to play different content. Like that is the thing, right? However, we need some kind of new system, I feel. So the fundamental problem is that when you are forced to play new or different content, there's always going to be like certain setups that will be better in certain places, right? So if you are forced to play some other kind of map, right, because it's just like the next one in the line, we need some easier way to swap between different strategies, right? Like, you know how we have the Atlas tree loadout? What if in PoE 2 we had setups like that also included the tablets that you were using currently, and you could just easy hot swap between those things? Like, what if you could just press a button and instantly swap out to your other set of tablets, your other Atlas tree, and whatever else, like another set of like map, like a little map tab inside of your Atlas, right? So you could just put in the things that you wanted, right? Like set up all those different places, set up all those different things, and then be able to just hot swap between them whenever you felt like you needed to, right? Something like that, I feel, is the path it's kind of taking. 3 blazing fragments. Yeah, if the Shrine Belt's coming back, that makes things so much easier. Yeah, see, that's like my ultimate issue with, that's my ultimate issue with it, Corey, is like, when it costs so much to invest into stuff, it does feel like you kind of have these content droughts with the new Atlas, right? In PoE 1, there's never really a content drought. Like, the only mechanic that I can think of where there is a minor content drought is Ritual. Because you can't really, unless you want to buy them, which you can't really have, infinite vessels, right? So you kind of have to flip-flop back and forth. Well, I don't use the Excel belt, Sar. I use one of the cheapest belts out of the whole list, which is Resonating. That should just be like a couple div, most likely. All that matters for that build is just the fact that it can charge stack. Like, all I care about is just being able to generate charges, right? Because then I don't need to be stabs. Like, sure, you can get block with staves, like war staves give you a ton of block, that's great. It's not the reason that, you know, like I want the belt back, like, or the block is not the reason that I enjoy the staves for the most part. Like, being able to have infinite endurance charges essentially is one of the big reasons, right? So with the Resonating Belt, then you just have max charges all the time, no matter what, because you just gain them on hit, right? Like, you're always at max, meaning you can spend them for whatever you want. And it enables a lot. Also, Transfusion coming back is also, like, a big thing. Because that just makes Bob immortal, right? Like, he is just immortal. There's nothing else to be done about it. I wonder how that 60% one's gonna be. Like, is that gonna suck?
Death forces even the most determined of despots.
Oh, I'm using the block as Lucky Jewel. Yeah, most of the other guides for Cyclone, especially right now, are using more than skill as a Forbidden Flesh, Forbidden Flame. That combo, there's only like 10 of the combo that even exists on trade, and it's like 200 divine for the full combo, so... Personally, I just don't really include stuff like that in most of my POBs. Like, obviously it's good, but How am I gonna suggest? Okay, so like look. How am I gonna put this in a POV? There's 28 of these, right? That's more than there was yesterday, which is a lot actually. There's 28 of these that exist, right? 28. They start at 36 divine. There's 12 of these that exist, and they start at 132 divine. So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people can buy it, and then it's at 150, 160, 160, right? Like, there's 12 people that can use this jewel right now. That's it. That's all that exists. That's literally the maximum amount of people that could use this jewel. So if I put this in a POB, 12 people can play that build. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a jewel that I care to interact with. Like it just doesn't seem good. Like I would much rather find a better way to gain survivability than put in something that like a handful of people can even interact with, right? Where did I do it again? Did I get baited again? I did. Yeah, it's like there's a ton of really good nodes to steal, but when you're making a guide, right? Like when you're making a POB for a lot of people to use, like suggesting those items just never works. Like think about how many times like Jung has made a POB that suggests the Forbidden Flesh, Forbidden Flame, and they go to like 300 div. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I get it, I understand, but that's like an integral item to making the build strong, but I just don't make builds like that. I think it's not worth making a POB for me if 10, 15 people can play it, right? Like that just seems pointless in my opinion. Use an axe and a shield? I don't think an axe and a shield would make you tankier. I actually think that would make you less tanky. Like, I actually feel like this build is relatively tanky. Like, if you want to be tankier, you could swap to Defiance of Destiny. Like, that would probably just be the play. Or you just buy that jewel set, if that's what you want to do, you know? Well, that's not the thing that I'm saying though, yeah. Is like, I actually physically can't. 12 exist in all of reality. Like, this is how many exist. Is 12. That's it. That's all that exists of this jewel. There's 12 of them. So like, if I put it in there and people used it, they're just gone, right? Like, this supply does not replenish super fast. Like, nobody is fighting this boss and getting this jewel, right? It just doesn't really exist, is the problem. Like, that's my ultimate problem. It's not really the cost, it's just the fact that if people start trying to buy that jewel, it just doesn't exist anymore, right?
Death forces even the most...
So like, why make a guide that only a handful of people can play? I would rather find another answer, right? Like, it's much more interesting to me to find another answer that is more reliable. Like, the answer that I found last league was Defiance of Destiny, essentially, right? Like, that was the answer for the defenses. I do think there is some thought that could go into doing Defiance of Destiny on this version, but even with the belt? What do you mean? With the belt, endurance charges are at 100% uptime no matter what, even with what's it called? But with Vigilant Strike, oh. Vigilant Strike character? What? How does Vigilant Strike work? Vigilant Strike. Cooldown can be bypassed by expending an endurance charge. Technically, this should work, right? Because the first hit doesn't have to be bypassed, right? And then, yeah, with multi-strike on it, you only need one charge for 4 hits, which gives you, yeah, so it should be fine, right? Like, it should work. And you should even be able to have max endurance charges all the time. I think you can do it.
Death will never come.
Saw someone using 2 rings with the +1 endurance charge. The Corrupt Implicit? Yeah. There's super in-game build for 250 div. I would not call 250 div in a super in-game build. 250 div would get you like 1 piece of gear on a super in-game build. It'd buy you a Mage Blood.
Give your soul to me. Feed.
So then, what else would you need for endurance charges?
Soul to me.
You could get you could do Warlords, no? Let's do Warlords Mark build, easy. Yeah, if Resonating does come back, that's definitely the way to go with Cyclone, like for sure. It's not even a question. Especially if Transfusion comes back. Because that build last league was super good. Because the thing about it is, here's the problem with Bob and the other version of the build, right? So the reason that Bob can survive right now is because I'm using block instead of Defiance of Destiny. The problem previously was that with companionship support and Defiance of Destiny, you still take the damage, right? Like, you heal before the hit happens, but you still take the damage. So the issue comes down to Bob just takes all of that damage for you constantly. You're always, always, always getting hit. With block, you're not getting hit, right? But with the transfusion support, what is happening with this lag right now? With transfusion support, your Bob is immortal, right? He just doesn't take damage. Yo, what is happening right now? Is this server just dying? What are you trying to do? Sorry, like what kind of craft are you trying to do? What is this lag? +2 double dot multi wands. Is it not possible to do like Vesper crafting or something to make that easier? Vesper harvest. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I'd need to know, like, more specifically what the craft entails to figure it out. 3 devouring fragments. They're selling builds on TFT, and I don't know how their PoB got insane numbers of everything. Could just be PoB warrioring. Very common. Especially with people who are selling builds. But I mean, there are builds out there that do, like, billions of damage. Like, it is a thing, you know?
Death will never come for anyone.
Fractured dot multi-base. Either alt roll or resonator to get +1 all.
Soul burns.
You cannot roll attacks. Og fizz to try and get +1 fizz. Okay, hold on. So you're trying to do what kind of base? It's a wand, so one-handed weapon, wand. Like, what's the actual base you're using? Probably like a prophecy wand or something. Normal spell wand. Opal? Opal wand. Okay. Okay, opal. So one-handed weapon, wand. So you fractured dot multi. So damage over time multi. So this is what you fractured. 300 weighting. This is 50 weighting. Either all oral or resonator to get +1 all, then cannot roll attacks, og fizz to try and get +1 fizz, and then for fizz dot suffix, I don't know. Fizz dot multi has 35 weight. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense to fracture this? Like, wouldn't it make way more sense to fracture this and just try to Vespercraft this? Like, I know that you can at least target this with Fizz, but it's like, you're going for... Like, this has 300 weighting, right? And you could probably settle for tier... So 600 weighting, right? Compared to 105, realistically, out of... Oh, I guess there's not really... They're only one mod each. So it's 100 weighting out of, like... I think Unveiled Fizz dot multi is the play. Let's see. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's definitely the play. Only 4 div isn't that much. It's like an hour of farming, right? Not too bad, but it is unlucky. But yeah, I definitely think it's 1,000 waiting for this. That seems much better than whatever else you're doing. Yeah, I mean, that craft doesn't seem impossible, so Fracture dot multi, roll all spells, I guess you said. Can you harvest reforge fractured items? Yeah, it's probably still not worth it. So yeah, +1. That just seems like a miserable craft, I'm gonna be honest with you. That just does not seem like a fun craft.
Feed.
See, stuff that requires crafting like that, I just don't play those builds. That's the answer that I have for you. My first time playing PoE and the game just shit on me. That's PoE for you. PoE is, in my opinion, more a game of knowledge than skill. I think in general, you have to be willing to just kind of buy in to the whole game and understand that you are just lacking knowledge, and it's something that you will have to slowly accumulate over time, right? Because there are so many things in PoE that you may not realize are a problem, but they are a problem. Like, there is a thing in Path of Exile, especially Path of Exile 1, where you can just get PoE'd and there's just like nothing that you can really do about it. Even a very, very extremely experienced player will occasionally just get PoE'd. There's not really much that you can do about that. But the whole goal of getting better at the game is minimizing those occurrences as much as possible, either through understanding when and how they can occur, or by making your build be more resilient to those kinds of things, right? So like, the way that I go about build crafting most of the time is that I make a build, I play it in a bunch of different content, and I kind of like smooth out the rough edges, right? Like if there's a particular mechanic or thing that I do that just frustrates the ever-living fuck out of me, I try to find a way to make it so that that's no longer the case. And eventually I get to a build where there's no more rough edges, and then I'm like, okay, I post it, right? Like that's typically how I make my builds. And you don't have a way to fit just like a normal rare jewel in, Corey? Rare jewels are kind of important. What I'm unveiling is that there's nothing that can effectively block for Fizzed. Best option is just damage per charge. I'm assuming you can't use Vesper crafting on veiled stuff, right? Because like it doesn't show you the veiled things. Maybe you can just veil whether it's a prefix or a suffix. Is that all that you can do? Like it'll just give you an option of like which ones it is or something like that. 500 is a lot, gamer. Have I even died that much on this character? I've died 92 times doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, and I've played a fuck ton. Like a lot of difficult stuff too. I think a decent replacement is also expensive. Yeah, I kind of just always go for a jewel that's just like slightly worse most of the time. Like, I just got this with some res and crit multi, and that's just what I landed on. On my end, everything looks good. Like, I have 0 dropped frames. If you're on YouTube, there is a chance that the quality of the stream might be a problem. So you can either try 1440p and see if AV1 works better for you, like just bandwidth-wise, or you may have to go down. What I would say in general is that if you have to watch on a lower stream quality, Twitch is definitely better. I know that it like sucks in comparison to YouTube, but yeah, I have 0 dropped frames on my side, like actually 0. Yeah, I get that, Corey. I don't like spending copious amount of money on the testing phase of a build. Like, if I don't know that it's something I actually want, it kind of sucks to be like, yeah, I just spent 3 hours of my time and it didn't work out, and it may not resell. Yeah, Sar, it's like... The thing about it is that I feel like Twitch Turbo, or whatever it's called, just doesn't really provide you that good of a service. Like, it's fine. Like, there's nothing bad about it. It's good for people who watch copious amounts of Twitch, but I just feel like the value I get out of YouTube Premium is just so much higher than Twitch Turbo, right? Yo, lady, come on. Things, this is recent content. Are you finding this to be a no loot league? The short answer is that no, I don't think this is a no loot league. The long answer is that ground-based loot is definitely suffering right now. There are plenty of ways to make currency in this game, obviously. It's just a lot of people don't find those ways of making currency fun. There's a very large section of the community that only really enjoys map blasting. That's the only thing that they really enjoy, and that's fine, right? There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but like, for example, I have made most of my currency this league profit crafting. Like, I like profit crafting. It's kind of fun. And I have made hundreds of div just profit crafting. So that's fun for me. But a lot of people just want to go into a map. They want to blast a whole bunch of enemies. They want to find a decent amount of loot, and then they just want to keep doing that forever, right? Like, that's all that they want to do. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But, imagine you're Corey, do you still want to profit craft? Vesper crafting has made profit crafting insane this league. Like, it's actually absurdly good. Like, way better than it's almost ever been. Like, I can spend 20 or 30 minutes and make, I don't know, like 40 to 50 divs sometimes, if I get even like slightly above average luck. And I just do that a couple times a day and just make insane amounts of money. But the bigger issue is that there aren't really any farms that are aspirational, right? So the conundrum is that you are farming to make your character stronger, but if there's nothing really for your character to do once it is stronger, what's the point of it being stronger? Just to be stronger? That's ultimately the issue, I think, more so than there's no loot, right? So if the most difficult content in the game just doesn't really give you very much loot, what is ultimately the point of the game, right? Like, that is what I feel the crux of the issue is. You can get loot. Loot exists. I think it's just that there is not actually a lot of stuff that are worthwhile challenges to your character. I think that's the crux of the issue. As for how you fix that, I mean, you just have to incentivize wanting to spend stuff on your character, right? Like, I think ultimately the issue is just that they have capitulated to people being frustrated with content being difficult a little bit too much. And I think a much better way of going about that is something that they've done in other areas of the game, which is to simply give more options to deal with the difficulty rather than just lowering the peak difficulty. This is something that I was saying in... so keep in mind, I didn't watch the interview, so I know almost nothing about the interview besides what people have told me, okay? So keep that in mind. I think that the removal of T17 maps as the highest pinnacle of farming content was ultimately a mistake. Now, I know a lot of people probably disagree with me there because tier 17s were frustrating, right? And it did feel like this... you had this like level of FOMO that you would get, which is fear of missing out for anybody who doesn't know. Because like, if you couldn't farm tier 17s, essentially you would be priced out of making money, if that makes sense. And ultimately, I feel like the issue there is more so that there was not enough options to be able to make builds that could comfortably farm tier 17s. I don't think that tier 17s in and of themselves were the issue. So there's a lot of mods in tier 17s that are just really frustrating, right? Searing Exarch runes, drowning orbs, anything that has to do with like removing action speed on your character, right? There are ways to deal with these kinds of things. They do exist. However, I don't feel like there are enough ways to deal with those things, right? Like, ultimately, if you want to deal with action speed, you have 5 options. Trickster, Juggernaut, an Animate Guardian with the chest piece, the Ull Ascendancy, and the Jewel when you cast Temporal Chains, right? Like, those are the only options. There should be, in my opinion, like, there should be a keystone that interacts with action speed. There should be a keystone on the tree that interacts with action speed in some way, where it gives you some kind of pretty decent sized downside and just allows you to have, like, I don't know, like a minimum action speed of 90 or like 80 or something, right? Like, there needs to be something like that that is just accessible to everyone, that just gives you some kind of downside. There just needs to be more options in that regard, in my opinion. You could re-add a bunch of the old T17 only farms. I always thought it was strange that they were removing farms to begin with. Like, I don't know why you would remove content from your game. It doesn't really make sense to me. Because that's the thing that PoE has over everything else, is that it just has 12 years of content now or something like that. It's like, why would you remove content from your game? Why would you remove farms from your game? I don't feel like that benefits anyone. That's my thought process on it, at least. I think possibly that they're going to reintroduce Harbingers in some way. That's what I would imagine. What's up, LGO? They'll probably reintroduce it in some way. I don't know. It did feel kind of like a not super interesting mechanic, but at the same time, it could have just been that the Atlas was getting a little, or the Atlas tree was getting a little overdone. Like, there was just too much going on, but I don't know. Like, I'd be curious to hear their... So it's kind of what I'm talking about. It's unique. There is loot. It's just there's not loot from the ground is the problem, right? But I don't know why they did end up removing so many of the farms. It doesn't really make sense. Like, Harbinger probably could have just stayed until they found a replacement for it. You mentioned a Harvey rework. Yeah, I don't really see much of a point in just hard removing it, right? Like, I don't know.
Death will never come.
Like, why hard remove the mechanic before you're ready to rework it? Like, I don't think that makes a ton of sense. Like, people that wanted to do Harbingers could do Harbingers, and people that didn't just didn't. They disabled it, right? Like, does it matter? Yeah, ultimately, like I said, it's unique. What I said before, basically, is that there is loot The bigger problem is more so that there's not actually anything aspirational to do with your character once it is geared, right? Like, there are plenty of ways to make money in this game. Like, there's a ton right now. Like, you can make an insane amount of money. There's plenty of loot to be had, but none of the, like, high-end aspirational farms really make that much money. So it's like, why do you care to make your character stronger when there's nothing to do with that character that is stronger? I think that's ultimately the issue. I mean, I get that, Corey, but I more so think it's one of those things where it doesn't make a ton of sense to remove it without the replacement being ready, right? Like, Pewee kind of has, like, the theme park MMO feel is what it has. It just has all of this content that it's built up over the years. It doesn't really make a ton of sense to remove something that's not really doing anything, right? Like, I get it. I get it that it wasn't really, like, a great bit of content, but I don't know. Yeah, I do feel like maybe the problem that people are having with the loot is not being... I don't even know if explained properly is the right word. Hub wants more risk scarabs and to make them more common. So, I didn't watch the thing. When he says more risk scarabs, does he literally just mean that, like, the risk scarab itself is more common? Like, is that what he's saying, or is he wanting more scarabs that are kind of like the risk scarab? Like, additional scarabs that make things much more difficult, that do... that make, like, the farms more viable. More like them for other mechanics. Okay, that I agree with. Because I don't think, like, making the risk scarabs more common really does very much, but I do think that more scarabs that drastically increase the difficulty and also drastically increase the loot would definitely be a good thing for sure. So many crafting methods in Pewee 1. Pewee 2 is easier for me. I think that's kind of the point. Pewee 1 is just a very mature game, I would say. There is a lot that has happened over the years, and it's just much more difficult in general when it comes to, like, the theory of it. Pewee 2 just doesn't really have very much of that. I do think it's eventually going to get there, if I'm honest with you. Like, I do think eventually the crafting and such will be as convoluted. I think it's getting there. To be honest with you, I think in some ways the Pewee 2 crafting is a little more convoluted than Pewee 1 crafting even is right now, right? Like, Pewee 1 crafting, like, theory-wise is a little more difficult, but the actual aspect of interacting with it in Pewee 2 is more difficult in my opinion. Like, I don't know. You finally got it? Alright, I'll look in a second. Actually, I can look right now. Let's see. Oh, I can't look. Nice. So... Oh, shit. So where's the trigger? Aren't you supposed to be crafting trigger on there or something? I think this focus on tile loot is like a... That's why I messaged you. I don't have the craft. Do I even have the craft? I don't know if I have the craft, if I'm going to be honest with you. I could look. I do think this focus on tile loot is kind of a... Red herring's probably not the right word. Yeah, I don't have trigger a socketed spell either. It's in the refinery, apparently. I just didn't get that. So... I think that tile loot in and of itself is fine. Like, I think it existing is fine. I think that people are attacking tile loot just because it's the only thing that's good right now. I think that tile loot just kind of needs to exit the conversation realistically. Tile loot, for anybody that doesn't know, is basically like what Legion is. So, like, you see like a little tile, like a little icon that says like, ooh, this thing drops scarabs, or ooh, this thing drops currency, or ooh, this thing drops that. kind of misleading, right? Like I don't think tile loot has any real problem right now. I think the problem is just that it is the only thing that's actually good at the moment. People are trying to say something like GGG is moving towards tile loot being the only loot. I don't think that's the case. I genuinely don't think that's the case at all. I think more so what it is that they didn't really have a fix-in for the end game. Mirage was a bandage, and they couldn't implement Mirage this league yet. They needed time to be able to change it for the next league, right? So I think that the current state of loot as it is basically just the same as it was 2 leagues ago, right? Mirage was a bandage that is now gone, and it's just showing its wounds a little bit more. And yet there's not really any other cool league mechanic. What league mechanic even came before what league mechanic even came before Mirage? What was it? Keepers? So that was Breach, right? So it was the Breach rework. So so the Breach rework was very popular at the time, right? Like it was big, juicy maps with all kinds of crazy enemies. You make a bunch of money. Like the tree was super powerful. Like that was kind of keeping people occupied. The amount of loot that was in the game was almost exactly the same then, right? It wasn't really much different. It was just Breach was powerful. But ultimately, what happened here is that they fixed Breach, but then they removed Mirage at the same time, right? So it's like there was a lot of cool things going on with Breach. I don't really think Breach needed to be nerfed. I think that was kind of a problem, really. But ultimately, they do need to just fix ground loot in general. Like tile loot I actually think is in a fine place. Like I think that it's fine. There's nothing really wrong with tile loot. I just think that there needs to be aspirational farming content where you actually kill monsters that are difficult so that your build has some purpose. I think that that's the ultimate like core of the issue. It's not that there's no loot. It's not that there is nothing to do. There are things to do. It's just none of them are aspirational bits of content where you can test your character and benefit from your character being strong. I think that's the ultimate issue, right? Because like if there is nothing to test your character against, what is the point of making the character, right? Like what are you supposed to do if there's nothing to do with the super juiced built character that you've made, right? Like what do you do? I think ultimately that is the issue. Like there's things like Valdos, right? Where you make these crazy builds and you run Valdos and stuff like that. I agree with you, Sar. The problem is that that's only for people who are really trying to make builds, right? If you look at it as a thing where someone is just following a guide, then they basically have no real game to play right now, right? Because like, what is the point of them following that guide? They are just going through the motions, and then they have their character built, and they're like, oh, I'm done. And that's it. There's nothing for them to pit the character against. Like, I believe in the journey part of it, because that's all that's fun to me anymore. But most people do not think that way.
I should raise my fears. We'll make it happen.
It's in the hidden place, sorry. It's in the underground part. There's like a crane and a gate next to the crane, and you open up that grate, and then it lets you into the underbelly, I think is what it's called. You go in there, and that's where the craft is. So I'm gonna revisit Archmage. I don't know how much I'm going to mess with Spark, because I kind of want to mess with the new Fireball mechanics. Kind of want to do something with that. Seems pretty cool on Archmage. And then after I'm done with that, I'm most likely moving towards like a Frostmage Guardian of some sort. Because I've been wanting to revisit Archmage this league just to try out some new stuff. But I didn't really have an angle that I wanted to go about it, and I think that the new Fireball stuff might be a decent angle to look at. And then I'll probably do something with that, see how that works, and regardless of what happens, I'll swap it into a Guardian and do some Frostmage stuff. I don't really care to play Creeping Frost, to be honest with you.
Arise, my children. Feed.
Creeping Frost is cool, but I don't know. Sometimes you just let sleeping dogs lie, okay? Like, sometimes you just leave that shit in the past.
Feed.
I have no desire to play Winter Road. If I do this ritual, does she drop more fragments? Probably not, right? How's your screen so bright? I don't know. I just have my brightness up enough, I guess. Damn. Didn't drop anything. Oop. $18 div, that's it. Just make one cluster jewel.
Death forces even the most determined of despots to pass the crown.
So yeah, I'm basically trying to see about getting the Spark Mage set up, doing a more in-game revamp for it, and then swapping to a different setup, essentially, right? Like, that's most likely what I'm going to do. Because I do think there's like a decent amount of stuff that can be modernized on that build, and then I'm going to see about getting a more end game setup for the Spark Mage. Probably going to end up being a Guardian, and I also want to mess around with a Fireball version of the Archmage. Because Corey showed me a POV of his character that he's been working on, which seems pretty cool. This is a Spark Guardian, essentially. Only thing I wouldn't be able to have would be this, which is fine. You know, we can work around it. But where he's using the new Abyss Jewel and just stacking a whole bunch of stuff like that. I think this is probably a good method to go there. But before I do any of this, I do want to try out some Fireball stuff.
Death will never come.
EHP is a lot higher than mine, and we are similar level. So level doesn't really mean very much. EHP comes down to a lot of things. It could be avoidance layers like block. It could just be having more raw HP, like I've got 5100. Resistances, defenses. Have you ever played Diablo 2? Yes, quite a bit. Although these days I probably would not care to play Diablo 2. Like if I want the Diablo 2 itch, I will play Median Exile. Because Median XL is basically just everything that Diablo should have been. Like, I will say, if you ever have the itch to play Diablo 2, just go try out Median XL. I don't really care to play the new Warlock class, if I'm going to be honest with you. I just have so little interest in anything Blizzard is doing these days.
Burns for me.
Like, Median XL is just so much of a more interesting game when it comes to Diablo 2. It's just so much more interesting. Because, like, how many times have I done this little segment where I just go show you fucking Median XL? So, like, here's the thing about Median XL, right? So here's the thing. Like, oh, I have to fix this. Hold on. All right, so Median XL, this gets updated like as frequently as PoE does. Like, it does. There are so many different bits of content in this. So keep in mind, everything that I'm about to show you is all end-game content, right? Like, there's a full... You go through the campaign 3 times, you do whatever you got to do, right? This is all end-game content. So these are all bosses that exist. These are all, like, end-game difficult bosses. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. There are 41 essentially like pinnacle bosses in this game, right? Like that's what these are. There's 41 of them. And to give you an idea, like these bosses that are down here in like extreme and impossible, like believe that they are impossible. Like this shit is unbelievably hard. And then beyond that, there are rifts, right? Which these are like end game areas. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different like large end game farming areas, right? These are all like huge zones that all drop different kinds of items that you can farm for. And then when it comes to like the classes, like they have all the normal classes, right? But they all have new trees and new setups and stuff like that, right? Can it show... Does it show the different stuff that they have? I wish I could see the trees. Can I not see the trees? Anyways, like each character has like 3 completely new trees with all kinds of different things. Like there's so much in this game. Every time I activate my Pride Aura, it keeps saying not enough mana. Do you have it linked to Arrogance or something like that? That's what I would ask. Like, I would be curious to just see like a link to your POB. It would be much easier for me to figure out, most likely. If you can link your POB, I'll take a look at it. Just import your character in Path of Building or get like a PoE Ninja link or something like that, and just let me see it, and I'll probably be able to figure it out a lot faster than just like tossing stuff at the wall. But yeah, like that's the idea, is that Median XL is just like a random group of people who are just developing the game for fun, right? Like, I think they have a Patreon just to like make their time like somewhat worthwhile or something like that. But the game is free. All that you need to do is just have a copy of Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, and that's it. That's all that you need. It is like, it has a bunch of modern stuff. Like there's like an auction house essentially, like similar to what PoE has, right? Like there is like auto buying items that you can do now. They have like stuff like that. There is like a pretty decent sized crafting system. Like there's all kinds of cool stuff in that game. So like if you have the Diablo 2 itch, play Median XL in my opinion. I go back like maybe once a year and just play through a character, something new that they've made. Why is it median? I don't fucking know, man. Ask Brother Laz. What unique did he make? He made a unique in PoE, didn't he? It wasn't Facebreakers, was it? Was it Abyssus? I don't remember, but he made it unique. I don't remember which one it was, though. Three blazing fragments.
Even the most determined of despots to pass the trial.
Yeah, it's a fun game where you can kind of like target farm almost anything that you want, right? Like especially while you're in the main portion of the campaign, you can pretty much just target farm specific uniques, yeah? The way that it works is that there are these things in Median called arcane crystals where if you take any unique that drops in the campaign and you put it in the Herodric Cube with this disenchanting item, it turns it into a crystal fragment. You turn 5 of those arcane crystal fragments into an arcane crystal, and if you use 2 arcane crystals plus the base item that the unique is, which you can get from gambling whenever you want, it makes that unique. So you can pretty much target farm anything that you want. Like if you need a specific unique while going through the campaign, you can target farm it and make it. You can craft your own gear with these little orbs where you can get these like specialty items where you can like craft a specific piece of gear that has specific stats that you might need. And then later on in like the end game, you can't like craft the exact gear you want. But if you're playing online, you can either buy it from people or you can farm specific areas that drop that specific kind of gear, right? Like there's an area dedicated to farming sets. There's an area dedicated to farming like certain types of like crafting currencies and such. Like all that kind of stuff exists.
Give your soul to me. Feed.
Okay, a couple more of these. Oh, this is the 60% deli one. Wonder how this is gonna go. What was that? Torment Scarab.
Death will never come.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Can't see shit though.
Your soul burns for me.
Take care, Sar.
Feed.
Thanks for stopping in, gamer. Don't worry, I'm worried.
Your soul burns for me. Arise, my
I don't even know what a Kashara chart is. All I know is Kashara's star that what's his name wants you to get. Give me some devouring fragments. Come on. Okay, it's one. Kashara's rest is the boss chart. Ah, interesting. Those two items do seem pretty good. The crab totem staff. They said they improved that, right? Is it any good? Are you at all excited for 3.30? I mean, I'm always excited for new Pee-wee leagues. Like, I always think there's going to be something fun. I didn't watch the interview, but I did hear that there's going to be a decent amount of in-game changes, which is always good. At this point in time, though, I do think I am much more interested in Pee-wee 2. Like, Pee-wee 1's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but I do think in general I am just much more interested in what's going on with Pee-wee 2. Like, it's just... Pee-wee 1's kind of played its role. I think 330 comes out before 1.0. Yeah, but there supposedly is going to be, like, a new Ascendancy coming out, right? Or in the meantime, before 1.0, I think. I think they're going to do like a reset and a new Ascendancy or something is what I've heard, and there's going to be like a big pass, like some changes or something like that. So I think we're getting one more like Pee-wee 2 content patch, even if it's not like a big league or something like that. Like, I think we're getting something, right? Pee-wee 2 endgame is too mindless. I just think the only thing that's really struggling in Pee-wee 2 right now is tablets. I just think tablets are bad. Like, I think tablets are just a bad system. Because, like, you can't really farm the things that you want to farm with tablets. Like, you can pay a bajillion fucking dollars to get the tablets, but, like, the process of getting them is so frustrating. It's just so frustrating. Like, so frustrating that it just doesn't feel worth it, and I'd rather just farm, like, Alch and Go stuff, right? Like, I do think that the farming process of Alch and Go stuff in Pee-wee 2 is pretty fun, right? Like, I think it's actually fine. The core gameplay loop is pretty good. It's just, like, the being able to juice stuff does not feel good. Glad it's working for you, flying container.
Death will never come.
Yeah, I'll do an update on the grenade build. There's like a couple small changes, but I think that build is just like super strong regardless of, you know, the nerfs that they did to Sorcery Ward. But I don't really exactly know what else there is that I would care to do. Like, I do have a feeling that the spear build will most likely get nerfed in some meaningful way. So I do think the grenade build is just going to be super strong again. Like, I think that's probably the play for a league start. And then if the mana build that I was trying to make is good again, then I'll be able to play that and release a video for it instead of just getting screwed by all the computer stuff that happened to me. I don't know. I mean, I think that the martial artist is kind of carrying the monk at this point. I just The problem I have is I really, really, really hope that they undo the leech change. It's such a bad change in my opinion. Like, it's actually a miserably bad change. Unfortunately, the commands only work over on Twitch. I think the leech change in PoE2 was a, like, abysmally bad change. One of the worst changes that they've ever made to that game. Really, 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 really bad.
All in order. I'll let you know. We'll make it happen. We'll make it all in order. I'll let you know.
Let's go ahead and do this.
All in. I should raise my fees.
Yeah, it's just... Honestly, it's just really, 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 really bad change. Like, so much got removed with the leech change. Like, it just... It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Like, yeah, it was meant to kill the Comet build. The Comet build survived completely fine, and then all of the other, like, low-end builds that were relied on leech just became completely worthless. Like, I was so sad about Chayula the Chonk, just getting absolutely fucking dumpstered because of that. Because I really wanted to play the Chonk. There was, like, a cool Chonk build that I wanted to play. And it just was completely worthless. Like, it was not even worth interacting with. It was so bad. Very bad change, in my opinion. Very, very bad change. These are not selling. Normally they take some time to sell, but, like, these are not selling. Someone undercut me? There are a bunch for 8. Yeah. But this one. $10. Alright, gotta bring this down to 9. Bring this down to 7, and then maybe they'll sell. Yeah, it just feels like they deleted the mechanic. It doesn't really feel like it was anything beyond that. It doesn't feel like it was like a good change or an interesting change. It just feels like leech is just not a thing anymore. Like, you just can't really use it at all. Alright, let's see. Is this person gonna buy one of the jewels that I just changed the price on? Is that what they're here for? I probably need to farm a little bit more still. Yep, there goes one of the jewels. Probably need to farm, make a little bit more money still. Let's craft some more jewels. Next build is going to be some Archmage stuff, and then possibly some Frostmage stuff. Yeah, there's this thing that Rock was talking about in the Discord that I want to give a shot with Fireball and such. That's kind of the first thing I want to play. I'm just going to revisit the Spark Mage real quick, because like most of the gear is going to carry over pretty well, and then I'll just swap into the Fireball stuff. So I'm going to revisit the Spark Mage, and just level up as that most likely, or maybe I just go straight into the Fireball stuff. Like maybe we just skip the Spark Mage stuff and go straight to Fireball. So I'm going to stream for a while longer, but it is going to be a slightly shorter stream today because I do have to take care of a couple things today. But still gonna stream for a while longer, so don't go anywhere yet. Tomorrow, most likely, we will begin the leveling for whatever it is that I'm going to play. Is Bob for Cyclone the same as in the pre-league POB? It's slightly different. The only real change is that I'm using this helmet instead of a Malediction one. Malediction's probably still fine. But I just couldn't get a halfway decent Malediction helmet right now, so I'm just using this helmet instead. Pretty much everything else is the same. I went with Enfeeble gloves for right now, just because I couldn't get Vuln gloves at the time, but Vuln's probably fine. But yeah, this is the only real change. I'm using Rainbow Strides, but it's about the same. Like, it's just a little bit of spell block is the only real bonus there. Same shield, same chest piece, same weapon. What do you enjoy leveling with? I level typically as the build that I'm going to play most of the time if I can. I don't do like leveling memes most of the time. I find a way to make it so that I can level the build that I want to play quickly. What am I crafting? Overlord clusters. All I want for alt rolling would be a thing where I can put in like 10 different items and be able to use one of a crafting currency on each one per click. That's all I would want. This is like slightly below average luck. The weighting on the thing that I'm trying to roll is 0.166. This is like slightly below average luck. Yeah, I mean, realistically, that's why you should always just kind of try to be profit crafting and just selling things that are like mess ups, right?
I should raise my fees.
In PoE 2, you basically always have to be profit crafting. Like, you can't really just craft to craft. In PoE 1, you can. But in PoE 2, you can't. You have to always be profit crafting. If you don't, you just burn so much money. Alright, link it and I'll take a look real quick. I only vaguely remember the problem that you were having, so you'll have to remind me. I think it was that you couldn't cast an aura, right? Brother, what are we doing? Okay, let's see. Mana 90. Precision, Enlighten, Flesh and Stone, Pride, Blood and Sand. You should be able to cast it. All activated, I am 90 out of a 448 mana and 358 reserved. That's what you should be. Yeah, that's what you should be. You should be 90 mana in game. Is that not what's happening? Wait, what? What? What are we doing? I'm very confused as to what is going on here. This does not look even remotely close to my POV. Your precise technique? This does not look like my POB in the slightest. My pride just tells me not enough mana. It shouldn't be telling you that, because it seems like you have plenty of mana. If these are your links, right? Like if you have Enlightened, Flesh and Stone, Pride, Precision, and then Blood and Sand, and these are the levels of everything, then you should be able to. What is this socketed in? Just in Gold Rim. Yeah, typically I don't do like help on just random builds that aren't mine, but I mean, realistically this should be working for you. Don't exactly know what the problem is here. Like Enlighten isn't linked to Pride. It should be. The Tabula or the Goldrum is 4 linked. It looks like it's linked to it. In the link that he sent. It looks like they're linked here, right? Like this is a 4 link. It just shows supports like in like that. I'm not 100% certain why your skill isn't working there. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Because there's nothing here that says that it shouldn't be able to work. There's nothing here that says that it shouldn't be able to work, so as for what it is, if you can, like, record your character and, like, show what's going on, maybe I could figure something out, but, like, from everything that I can see there, that should be working fine. Like, POB says that it should be working fine. Okay, this. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Look who it is. Nice and
Okay,
shiny.
smite the weak. Probably just intelligence here. Let's fuel the fight. Isn't this the one that's worth like a ton for no good reason? Yeah, like I don't know why that one is worth so much.
Ah, nice and shiny.
Intelligence. Expansive might. I don't think that's worth anything, right? Because expansive might is bad. Yeah, because stationary just doesn't matter. So we try to annul expansive might off of there. We got it. Fuel the fight. This is another one of that same one, isn't it? Yeah. Huh.
Happy?
Okay. The only thing that's weird is just that it doesn't sell. Okay, that one's bricked. Heavy hitter. Calamitous. Do all attributes here. Fuel the fight. Yeah, see that one's worth 2 div. Or smite the weak is there has to be something going on. I don't exactly know what it is, but like these jewels, this jewel, fuel the fight, overlord, smite the weak. Nine div,
Hopefully there'll be interest.
9 div, 1 div. I don't exactly know what's going on there, but like something is up here. Because that doesn't seem like a good 3 set. Like, Feel the Fight's kind of not great. Like, it's okay, but it's not great. Smite the Weak is technically the most damage as a back-end one, if you don't want the accuracy, but the accuracy is good, so I don't... Oh, very weird. I'm gonna keep lowering this until it sells.
Find a buyer eventually.
Reason is Smite puts Overload and Fuel closest. Oh, is it one of those ones where, like, the back end one does matter? Because like with Feed the Fury, it doesn't matter which one is on there, but Smite is like the only one that puts fuel the fight closest. Okay, that makes sense then. I mean, I guess the Mana Leech is fine. I don't know. I feel like Spirit of War is fine, but yeah, I mean, I guess the Mana Leech is decent. Like if you need the Mana Leech. Okay, that makes more sense then. Yeah, because with Feed the Fury, any of the 3 on the back end works. I didn't realize with Fuel the Fight, it's only that one that works. That makes more sense then. Okay. What's the new build? New build's gonna be some kind of either Fireball, Archmage type stuff, and then possibly a Guardian Frostmage. Those are the new things that we're gonna be messing with. There's some tech that's come out with the new stuff that could make Fireball pretty interesting. Mana Leech for Ellie builds. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, do we want to kill more bosses? I don't know that I want to fight Katarina anymore. The max distance thing? Yeah, that as well as some other stuff that should work with it, most likely. And I'll probably play a Spark Frostmage Guardian, which should be interesting. Corey is messing around with this. I can't play exactly what Corey is playing, but where is it? Yeah. Love to see an attack Archmage Assassin. I don't really know how you would attack, though, is the problem. Like, what? There's only one wand attack, I think? Right? Realistically, with Archmage type stuff, it never really is like an issue to have your mana up. Like, you can deal with that most of the time just from the nature of stacking the mana itself. Alright, what else do we want to do here? Is there anything else we really want to do to this character? Or am I basically ready to swap over? So I could craft heist rings. I don't really feel like it does a ton for the build. Let me look at let me look at this version. So like I could craft something like this. The main issue is getting enough chaos res though, because like the Screams of the Desiccated was giving me a bunch of chaos res, which is, and you know, using the third thing with Death Rush and such. But realistically, it doesn't make a ton of sense to go this. I mean, a better Watcher's Eye would be nice. That could save me a bunch of points, but that's most likely going to be absurdly expensive. But how much would it save me? Could I save 25? 15, 10, 10, 5. No, I couldn't remove those. I wouldn't want to remove these. Would I drop these, though? I'd lose... It's 20%. I would lose 4, 8, 12 Chaos Res. Which I can't lose that much. It would let me get Impale effect here. That's all it would really do, is just let me get Impale effect. So maybe instead I could go for Pride, Impale. And then add count 1 precision. Just one of those. No results found. Really? Wait, what? Is that not the right ones? In-game count is broken? Really? Man. I just have to do it this way. I don't know if Crit Strike Multi is the best one here. Attack damage can't be better, right? Like 42% attack damage? That can't be better. How do you open up that trade search in game? Mine's currently bound to right slash, but I think maybe it's tilde or something. In game, not if encounter broken. Sick. We love that. Cool. All right, so we'd have to check here. Forward slash, the one that's next to the shift button is what I have it linked to. Yeah, the question mark one, yeah. Okay, so the only real change I made is just Rissalotha's. So do that. And then Watcher's Eye. Pride, Impale. I bet a double Pride, like chance for double damage, is most likely just an absurd amount. So that's 10% damage. That's 9.9% damage. That is 4.5% damage. That is 4.1. So the attack damage is actually the best one by far. So 55. 11 div. Oh, that's perfect roll. Gimme, what the fuck? I'll buy that for 11.
It's a gilded wonder.
Because, like, how big of a change is that? If it is attack damage of 60, 11.9, that's pretty good. All right. Is there anything else I want to do to this build? If I dropped this, I would need 10 more block things. Which is a lot. I don't know that I could actually fit 10 more. I might run out of strength. I would run out of strength. Would not be able to use some of my gear, I'm pretty sure. At 293, I don't think I would be able to use my gear. We're jumping. Ozempic didn't work. Damn, unlucky gamer. The staff is fine. I don't think I need to change the staff. I don't really know that I care to change the rings. What else is there realistically to change? Like I could swap to the rings. Like, these would be fine. Like, -5 mana cost on 2 of these would be good, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's necessarily super worthwhile. I could get a better Lethal Pride with more double damage. Also not really super important. I could get some more block. Like, I could do maybe 5 more tattoos, and I could do an Imbalanced Guard one and grab Prismatic Skin and Kinetic Impacts and Soul of Steel. A Wisdom Fragment? What do you think I am? What Lethal Pride do I look for? I'm quite new to Lethals. So the one that's over on the left side, I mean, realistically, you don't need to look for anything crazy there. Just get what you can. Like, if you're doing the Impale swap, I'd probably just try to get... If you can find Intimidate, that would be good, because it would prevent you from needing it elsewhere. Like, you don't need these nodes anymore here, right? Like the Rage Mastery. But other than that, like crit multi would be good. Double damage is going to be expensive. I mean, you can follow the guide to a T. Like it's made to be followed that way, but you can always make individual changes. Like it doesn't matter a ton. Realistically, the way that that guide is meant to be made is for League Start. So at League Start, all of those things that I suggested you are just going to be absurdly expensive, right? Like, you're not going to be able to get a hold of those. Now, yeah, I mean, like with timeless jewels, you're only going for the mods. Like anytime that you put in a numbered timeless jewel, you're never going to be able to get that timeless jewel. Like it's just not going to happen. You just get one that has like similar nodes. I don't know that this is worthwhile. Cause like it would give me 10,000 max Ellie hit, which is pretty good. And it would give me like 7 or 8% damage, but I lose a lot there. So I don't think that's the play. Hit level 100? No, I'm not really pushing for level 100 to be honest with you. I'm just looking at my old build and seeing if there is anything that I want to do here. This doesn't make a ton of sense. Like going all the way over here doesn't make a ton of sense. Like if I did drop headsman, then I could come here and get frenzy charges there. Like that would be fine. But with staves, it just makes more sense to be up here doing this kind of stuff with block. I don't think I put in Defiance of Destiny. Like, it doesn't seem like I need it. I don't need this either. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else realistically that's worthwhile here. Like, one optimization that I could make is go for a Fizz Light of Meaning and get enough Chaos Res on my rings. Like, I could try doing that. I would need to get a lot more Chaos Res, though. Like, I would need so much more. And then I could go for a Fizz, the Light of Meaning. Yeah, I feel like it's basically there, right, Corey? I don't feel like there's much reason to go any further. The big progression like changes would be hundreds of div essentially, right? Like I don't care to do that, but I mean that one's not amazing, but you basically what I would do for that slot would just be buy literally any of them. Like it doesn't matter. You know what? Like just get any of them. Like it really genuinely does not matter what's on those nodes. You're mainly using it for the strength. That's what it's mainly being used for. So if I take this off and I take this off, how much resist do I need? I need a lot. I need a fuck ton. Holy. What even sold? Oh, one of the clusters. Okay, cool. I need so much res out of these rings. It's kind of insane. Like the belt giving me chaos res before was really nice. I could drop the attack speed on these and go for chaos res instead. That's probably the actual play. Can you tattoo to get res? I can tattoo to get a little bit, but I don't want to give up too much strength, right? Like, I could tattoo to get the rest of my fire res. You know what belt gives you a lot of res? No way, Corey. Is there one? Int into chaos res? I think I have one int point here and I need it. Like, I don't think I can drop that int. But I think I could tattoo a little bit of fire res. Like, I could tattoo just like...
We'll make it happen.
Tattoo just like a little bit of this, right? I hate buying tattoos sometimes.
I'll put the word out.
Okay, so I can't actually do it that many times. Okay, so that's as many as I can do. Alright, so that does cap me on fire res. So if I recraft these to be chaos, so we can recraft these because the base is fine. We need essences of envy. 7 chaos, that's it? Wow. Not bad.
I should raise my fees.
So we'll just recraft these until we get... Why is that not working? Oh, that's so annoying that I can't see. Okay, so cold res, that's good. Decent armor. Do I use intangibility stuff here? Like, I don't know how much I want to hit it with intangibility, and like, I guess it really doesn't matter. I might as well. I might as well just do some intangibility crafting here. Like, it doesn't matter.
Nice of you to join me.
So this...
Fine work, that.
88 life is pretty decent. Yeah, 88 life is decent. And then I can just craft the last mod. What do I want to craft? Physical damage to attacks? Probably the play. Oh no, it's increased damage while leeching for sure. Yeah, 100% is increased damage while leeching. Okay, so that's recrafted. I need to divine this. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so I'll recraft the leech on there. Can go up to 43. 42 is good enough. Okay, so that... That gives me a bunch more chaos back. And now I need lightning chaos and lightning cold chaos on my 2 rings. So I need 2 amethyst rings. I could probably recraft this ring, right? I just need to get a tier 1 chaos roll on this. I could probably recraft this. It's fine. Oh, you know what? Let's try to find a better one now. It probably exists. Amethyst ring. Fractured all... I don't need fractured all resistance. I need a big fractured lightning res, actually. Right? Need a big fractured lightning res. Nice mirror staff? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. It's not even close to a mirrored staff. Oh wow, that's cheap as hell. Okay, so I'm gonna like 48 then. Just get as best as I can. Okay, we don't want mirrored. Corrupted, no. Mirrored. Am I blind? Blinding? Mirrored? No. Damn, bro. 48 is 4 divine. Right, 47. 180 chaos. It's not too bad. Yeah, this staff is, I think it's T2 T2. A mirror staff would have tier 1 tier 1 tier 1 tier 1 tier 1 tier 1, where this is T2 hybrid, T2 flat or T2 percentage, and then essence physical. Okay, so then from here we do a chaos reroll. Tier 3. Is that good enough? No, because dexterity doesn't really do very much. Mana regen? Those other mods are good. Mana regen is bad, though. I really need it to be chaos res and just some other useful mod. Not cast speed. That's just too low. I don't really want to spend intangibility on here. I want to use that for the prefixes. Like, I want to get the suffixes really good, and then I can maybe consider doing that. Damn, it keeps giving me such bad suffixes alongside it. Okay, there's no suffix there, but it's tier 2. I could try slamming it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, is I am going to Vesper when I have the suffixes. Ugh, I don't want 2 life for enemies hit with attack. When I have the suffixes good, I am going to try to use Vesper to do it. I could annul. Probably fine. Could annul. Just to see if I can hit it. It's just kind of bad. That is tier 1. Okay. Do I craft a res and then Vesper? So I could craft Lightning Chaos, right? That caps me just by itself. And I would do block mana and Vesper Slam. Yeah, so I would do that. Resist. Automatic Catalyst. Are these like a bajillion dollars? They are. Holy fuck.
I should raise my fees.
Okay, so that should cap my chaos res by itself. Just that. Yeah, I'm at 90. So I don't even need some of the chaos res. So I don't need any more chaos res on any other piece of gear. So now I block mana. Ooh, but I can't have the suffix. If I I can't block because I want to keep the suffix on there. I have to... Actually. Is this enough chaos res? It is not. Shit. I would need to divine it, and then it would be enough. Suffix can't be changed, reforged life. I could do that. I do need to divine this up a little bit. Didn't change. It didn't change again. Okay, so now I'm capped, right? Yes, so now I'm capped on Chaos Res. Do I craft mana and then Vesper Slam twice? I could do that, right? I think that might actually be the play.
Hope it fits.
Or none of those are good. None of those are good. Like, I could sell that because it's tier 1 cast speed, but I don't really want to sell it. I guess I just take this one. And I just try to RNG off the prefixes. Okay, I took my crafted mod. Okay, alright, we're back. We're so back. Rarity is not really usable because I need both of the prefixes that I have on it, right?
Hope it fits.
55 dexterity. 22 int isn't awful here. That does save me a point. Does 55 dexterity do anything for me? I don't actually need it to be resistance. That does save me a point. Crafting bench on the bottom of the boat. Oh yeah, sick. Can swap stats now with ducats. Oh yeah. So I take the 55 dexterity, and then I can swap that to int. Okay. And then I slam one more time, right? Trying to get life. 42 maximum life. It's something. It's something. Okay, so now we do channeling cost. Okay, so our chaos resist is good now. We just need lightning and cold res. I could just leave that as dexterity and that would let me level up my blood rage, but I don't really care to level up the blood rage that much. You swap to strength and tattoo a whole lot of strength nodes away. There's not really any more strength nodes to tattoo. Like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can do. That's pretty much it. I could tattoo this though. I could tattoo these dex nodes now. Not that that gets me a ton. It gets me some cold res maybe. That still doesn't do a ton for me. Okay, so then what do we put on this other ring? Like this other ring can just be this. Like this is more than fine. But I think we can do better than that now, right? So like we could get some kind of pretty strong ring here. Let's go. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly what base I would want to use. So manifold. Could just do a manifold, that is true. Because I could go for a... Here's the thing. On the manifold, I need resist. I do need a little bit of res. That is kind of the problem right now with this dexterity roll, is I need some cold and some lightning res, just like a little bit. Like an all res roll would probably fix me. I could also go for a better roll here. I could do that. Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is that if I win a manifold, I would need an all-res roll, or I would need to craft like a hybrid cold lightning. Yeah, if I could get a open suffix, it would be fine, right? That's all I would need. Let's check out manifold ring prices. Manifold ring. Miscellaneous, corrupted, no. Fractured, no. 45? Wow. Mirrored, though. Mirrored, no. 1 div. That's not too bad. It's finally done. Overlord, Martial Prowess, Feed the Fury. Nice, dude. Those are worth, like 17 div or something, right? Oh, they're down to 11 for that. Wow, interesting. Those were 17 before. Okay, so 1 div. Ooh, that's already, we don't want what's it called though? The influence. So here's the thing, is we need to fracture a tier 1 life roll on this, is realistically what we want. And then we do contempt essences until we get whatever prefix we want. Realistically, Toyo, I think that the corrupted ones with just higher % movement speed is better. So we'll buy Manifold Ring. Another player has secured that item. We need Fractured Life on one of these, is the problem. So we need Fractured Tier 1 Life. That is Tier 1, but it's really low. I feel like if I'm going to oh, this is intangibility. Oh fuck. I didn't even look. God damn it, dude. Yeah, I didn't even look. I don't even want this one. Fuck off. Whatever. Okay, so it's wasted like a div and a half there. Yo, what the? Okay, so this is item level 85. It doesn't have any intangibility this time.
I'd consider that a win.
Is it a win, though? It's wasted a bunch of money. Oh, I need more red juice. Red. Surprisingly, that does not work.
I should raise my fees.
Should I go for an Elder Ring? I feel like that's kind of gonna just be too hard. I feel like that's just gonna be too hard. Okay, that's an almost perfect roll, so I wonder if we Vesper these. It's probably worth. Percent life crit multi is good, yeah. So we do want to fracture this. Fracturing orb, 380? Seems off. No, it's correct. Elder would give me life gain on hit. It's not a huge deal, honestly.
I'll let you know.
It's just like a big life gain on hit, but I have that on my staff already, so it doesn't really matter. I think we Vesper. I think we Vesper Fracture. As much as I fucking hate Vesper Fracturing, I think we Vesper Fracture.
I'll put 'em. I should raise my fees.
Wait a second, wait a second. I can't craft life. Or I can't craft, res. I have to craft minus mana cost. So I have to hit a res here. Hmm. I do have room for more res here on the chess piece. Could I do prefixes cannot be changed and get a... No, that seems troll. How do I do this then? I really needed that to be a res, unfortunately. Do I have to just keep crafting over this? Like buy a new base and craft over it? So I can do 2 tattoos? Hmm. Hmm. This is kind of tough. I can tattoo 12 cold res. That is enough, actually. That puts me at 76. So I can just go for a singular res on it. All right. 122,000? I just don't feel like that's worth, actually. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 div. That's just not worth, is it? I could buy another base and another fracturing orb for cheaper than that, right? Yeah, I could. Okay, so it's not worth it at all. Nice. Okay. Needs to be item level 84 at least.
I'd consider that a win.
Tier 1, but a low tier 1. There's a high tier 1. Of course it hits the life. Oh, that was a fucking... I just didn't see it. I wish that I could hold Alt and do this. It's so annoying that I can't. Because if I hold Alt, it doesn't show me the update. Because, you know, everything has to be broken. Okay, so this is a decent one.
Well, make it happen.
Oh.
I'd consider that. Oh,
Plus 78 div. Hell yeah. Just hit, forehead.
all in order. I'll let you know.
I don't know that that'll actually sell, but I'll put it up for 3
I
div.
think I can sell that.
Need to convert.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. I should raise. I'll put the word out. No takebacks. The Maryline is ready to... Well, make it happen.
Whoa. Someone sold one for very cheap. Okay. E1. Why does it always hit the life, man? Finally, okay. There we go, good. Alright, and then we're going to use Essences of Contempt, right?
All in order. I'll let you know.
And what we need to hit is open prefixes and a like an all. We need to hit like an all res roll or something. All res would be very good here. Not that low of all res though. How much is that base now? 0 exists. 25 to 60 div. Ten all res, just kind of not good enough. Tier 3 is just not really good enough. Okay, that's tier 1. I need to get that maximum energy shield off of there though. It's a 1 out of 3. Damn.
I'll put the word out.
Do not craft something disposable on it. I mean, yeah, but ultimately, like, in my mind, when I think about that, it doesn't really... It feels like it just makes me spend more... It makes me feel like I'm just spending more annulments, because, like, essentially it's giving me a small chance to just do nothing, right? Like, if I hit that, it, like, the state doesn't change. Like, it's just the same exact thing again, so... Just makes me feel like I might as well just slam it. I don't know if the math is correct on that, but, like, that's how it feels in my brain. Is like I would much rather just slam the thing and hope to hit the correct thing instead of just having to use another annul because I wasted it on hitting a crafted mod. Damn, hitting all res is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was seeing it a lot earlier. You would save the essences. I mean, I guess maybe.
All in order. I'll let you know.
The essences aren't that expensive. Where is this all res, bro? Holy shit. I haven't seen one in like 100 essences. Okay, there's one. Tier 2. That is good enough. It's not amazing. Surely the 1 out of 3, right? Okay, we hit it. Okay, so I equip this. My resistances are good. I can tattoo some cold res.
I should raise my fees.
And then my resistances are good. Now I craft minus mana. Do life quality. Do I have... I don't have any. I have 1 Fertile Catalyst. Oh boy, how much are Fertile Catalysts? 15 Chaos each? It's not as bad as I was expecting.
All in order. I'll let you know.
Wait, prefix catalysts don't exist anymore, do they? Oh, that was a Mirage thing. Damn. Okay, Chanel. Okay, and then we do a Vespa Exalt, right? Is what we hit this with? I think. Because we can't do anything else to it, I'm pretty sure. It's a fracture, so I can't put any influence on it. I think it's just a Vespa Exalt for whatever we can get, right? What about a Breach Exalt? A what Exalt? A Breach Exalt? Let me look at some stuff real quick. A Breach Exalt? Huh? Foulborn Exalt? Oh. Wait, what about... No, I can't do that. Foulborn. Oh god, a Foulborn Exalt plus that. Like, so this is 860 to begin with. Like, I'm not so sure about that one.
Oh.
Let's see. Could do this. Crafts a random Pantheon aspect skill onto an item. Right, right. It's a suffix? No! That's a... Essences don't work. None of those work. Nothing there. Yeah. So it is just a random one, right? Like a random exalt is all that it is. And none of these are really a big hit, right? Like rarity would be okay, mana would be okay. There's not really any hits. Yeah, there's basically nothing. Do I even do it then? Like, is there anything worth even doing it to? Ask what kind of damage are we looking at on this? On this build, it's a Fizz build. Like, so do we even care here to put anything else on this? Like, I don't think we do, right? Like, we just don't need anything else. Like, mana would be fine. Any Ellie damage doesn't really do anything for us. My skill cost now? 3. Oh, as in how many Z's per second? I think this build probably is doing like 30 million or something, 30, 35 million, something like that. Maybe more now that we've swapped some gear and stuff around, potentially. Because I am buying a Fizz passive physical damage. I am buying one of these now. So with heavy investment, this build isn't that expensive. I wouldn't call it heavy investment. The whole point of doing all of this was literally just to get this Light of Meaning, so... Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just don't really feel like it's worth slamming. Like there's nothing that feels like it would be a hit. Like I almost just want to keep it so that I could craft something different on it later or something like that. I don't know. Like there's nothing that's a hit. I kind of just want to leave it as is. Like who cares, right? Alright, so my resistances are good. Why is my block lower? Why is my block lower? What did I lose? Huh? Why is my block 55? Huh? Oh, it's not 55. It's because I have it set for when I crit, then I'm capped block. That's what it is. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, I don't think there's really anything else to do then, is there? I think that's it. I think the build is mostly finished as of now. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to do. I managed to swap to a Light of Meaning with Fizz damage. We crafted new rings. I think that's pretty much it, right? Like, there's probably some minor upgrades and stuff that we could do, but Doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so let's check our damage. See where we're at. Oh yeah, did we swap the... We swapped to the new Watcher's Eye, right? Yeah. You can just hot swap in Headhunter. Like, there's not really any changes. You could just swap this in. Like, it's fine. I was doing boss rushing though, and Headhunter doesn't really do a ton for boss rushing, so. Okay, Headhunter, new loadout. Crafted ring plus crafted ring. It's probably just the last step here. So we'll go to crafted ring and then import art. Okay, skills. We'll call off this. Help Alira, Solaris, Aberranth, Power Charge, Frenzy Charge, Endurance Charge. Then Intimidated. Rage, Fortify. Crit recently, killed recently, hit blocked. Killed a rare unique. Effect. Fusion, Cyclone. Feeble. What's it called? You can apply an additional curse. Leeching. I think that's everything. Of Tumult 30. Full DPS. 30. Can level that up now. Masks. The +1 curse is from the Animate Guardian. The curse is from the Animate Guardian as well. Okay, so we're at 36 million DPS. Not bad. Okay. 22,000 Fizz max hits, also pretty good. Am I missing anything else? Don't think so. I think that is everything. Oh yeah, okay, I am back on volatility. Anything else from the Animate Guardian? We have the additional curse. That doesn't do anything. We have the enfeeble. The excommunicate's not a huge deal. Sap, but it's not like constant. 10% increased enfeeble curse effect. That did like almost nothing. Okay. That's everything. Always moving, yep. I do believe that is everything. Okay. Seems pretty decent. I think reasonably that's as far as it goes. Like, I don't think we do much more than this. I just don't think it makes sense. Like, I think that's pretty much the final stage of this build. Is there anything else to be done? I don't believe so. I mean, I would like to have more life on that ring, like that would be nice, but ultimately not really viable. All right, I think we're pretty much done, and then we just prep for the next build. Like, I think this is basically the final version of it. Like, obviously you could go further beyond here, but it would require absurd amounts of money, right? Like, I could craft the new weapon, I could go a whole bunch of, like, high-end giga crazy shit, I could do strength stacking, I could do any of that stuff, but realistically I just don't really feel like any of it's necessary. I need better flasks, my flasks are kind of shit. But they're pretty much always up anyways. What effect would I even want on the flasks? Like, what suffix would I want on a silver flask? Movement speed doesn't do anything. I mean, I could go Elirez. That's pretty much it. Crit. Yeah, and I don't think that it is, right? Like, I don't think that there is anything else left worth doing here. Like, this build can do most things. Like, let's see what the damage feels like on an Uber now. We could do Sirius. Like, this isn't the most damage, obviously, but I haven't really built it to do the most damage.
Did you really think this would work?
Would it be worthwhile to swap out this flask for a unique flask, like maybe Stormblood? To get sap and sap and what's it called? I could do that. I don't shock anymore. I was shocking when I had Headhunter, but if I'm not using Headhunter, I don't shock. And the Life Flask doesn't really do anything. I have Corrupting Blood immunity. I have a jewel, so I'm immune to Corrupting Blood. But yeah, I don't shock anymore without Headhunter. So if I'm like doing bosses and stuff, obviously I'm not gonna use Headhunter. But is that better than Bottled? I don't really see Bottled Faith doing a ton, realistically. Like, shocking and sapping stuff would be pretty huge. Progenesis? Oh, Progenesis is actually probably the play. Progenesis would be the play. I agree. Why does it feel like I'm zoomed in? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. I'm surprised I'm not dead there, to be honest with you. Yo, stop chilling in the storm, Sirius. Cheater. Progenesis would be good. Sap is also really good, though. Like, Progenesis is definitely good, but, like, always having Sap on, because it would be 20% Sap, right? I don't know if I hit hard enough for 20% Sap. Yeah, Leech saved my ass there. I mean, the Anime Guardian seems to live. The only thing that kills him is the Awakener's Desolation, is what it feels like. That's pretty much it, right? Like, he seems to be fine. Oh shit, okay. I was just standing in the storm that time. The only problem with this fight is the storms. The storms fucking suck. I hate the storms. Are you sure you get sap with that flask? I'm actually not sure. It just says can cause lightning ailments, so I would imagine that enables it, but I don't know. I would need a source of sap most likely. I don't have one, so. Oh, he's there. Yeah, that was rough. Oh, I'm so slow. Annihilation? Yeah, so that was pretty easy. Anime Guardian's pretty tanky. Like, he seems to be living completely fine. I don't know that he would live if I got a Malediction helmet, though. Like, I am genuinely not sure if he would live. A Malediction helmet would be really good, but I'm just not sure that he would live. Oh, that one's really bad. Annihilation. 3 chaos. Alright, let's try some other Ubers, some cheap ones.
I should raise my fees.
Yeah, Sirius is an annoying fight, I agree. And his items just aren't that good. Like, yeah, he's got the sword that no one uses. That's a 1% drop.
Look, Father, isn't it beautiful?
Not now, Zana.
Okay, perhaps later.
But later never came. Patience is a mercy.
Oh, what did he die to?
Tolerance.
I wasn't even paying attention. Was he standing in this beam? Does this do a lot of damage?
Erase.
That does do a lot of damage. Okay, so I have to, like, not let him stand in that beam. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm not paying attention. I'm just not paying attention at all. Alright. Okay, so he can't stand in that beam. Good to know. Good to know.
Negligence. Patience. Madness.
Let's try that again. Let's see if we can make him not stand in the beam. Wow. What even is that? I don't even recognize that. Haunting memories? Is it dog shit? Does seem dog shit. Did they buff Abyss yet? I think it's coming. Let's try that again real quick. 'Cause yeah, I shouldn't have just, like, let him stand in that.
I'll put the word out.
There's really no more.
Well, all in order. I'll...
I shouldn't have just let him stand in that. I didn't even realize that he was standing in it. Because I think most everything else should be able to keep him alive.
Look, Father, isn't it beautiful?
Not now, Zana.
Just him standing in that beam that does a fuck ton of damage kind of killed him
But
instantly.
later never came. Irrevocable thought. Patience is a mercy. Intolerance.
So what, it's that beam that kills him?
You cannot hide from fate.
I can't really control it though. I guess the thing that happens is just if the boss makes him stand in it, that gets him killed, is what it seems like.
Negligence.
Yeah, so it just seems like if the boss decides to stand right inside that beam, it kind of gets him killed. Deceptive Astrolabe. Okay. We can survive otherwise. So I know the boss that he can't survive on. Like, for sure. Not that one. I can't survive that one. This one. This just absolutely eats
All in
Animate
order.
Guardians.
I'll let you know.
Because, like, if he stands in this beam, there's just nothing I can do for him.
What are you doing?
Ah, what have you done, foolish girl?
All things said remain. Consumed by fear. Ruination.
Fucking kills me? Damn, I didn't expect the slam to kill me. Oh, and now I'm not going to be able to see the beams because this bug is still in here. Yep, he's gonna die. Oh, he didn't die. He's not standing in the beams. Surprisingly. He's about to, though. Can I get him to come over here? Nice.
Consumed by fear.
Yo, he lived! Which damage mods do I look for on the Timeless Jewel?
I was not myself.
Double damage is good, crit multi's good, 1 intimidate is obviously good. Other than that, that's about it. Okay. Is a 50 memory strands amethyst ring worth anything? Not really. Someone explain to me how Damnation is 739 div, but Original Sin is 730. Damnation? Is that the card? Because, yeah, I was going to say, if that is the card, then it's just a Gamba thing. Okay, is there anything else that's cheap here? Not really. Most of the rest of them are just expensive. I don't really want to spend the money. Okay. I think we are finished with the build. I do believe that is all she wrote. So obviously you could do some like Mage Blood memes or something like that and probably get a bit stronger. I do believe, let's see, Stormblood. Let's look up Stormblood real quick. This effect applies shock and sap if the user can apply sap. So you would need a source of applying sap. Yeah, I mean, obviously Progenesis is really good. Would Wine of the Prophet even be that good? Battle Faith is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. What are the list? This flash should typically be avoided with physical damage builds. Why? Oh, because you gain as extra? Yeah, reflect. I already don't have brutality, but I would need to be able to ignite. So yeah, it would just be Stormblood realistically is the only one here that makes sense besides Progenesis, and Progenesis is just $1 bajillion. Otherwise, none of the rest of these really make sense. Stormblood's okay, but like, how much damage realistically does Shock give me? Like, if I was able to do 20 Shock, what do I get? Wait, what? Why is that not working? Huh? Oh, is there like a cap on increased damage taken? Does Pride already do your AG dropping shocked ground? No. Why is shock not working then? Okay, shock works if I put that in. Oh, it's doing the math actually. All damage can shock. So you have to manually put it in there. Okay. So if I was able to do 15, that's pretty decent actually. If I was able to do 20, it'd be up to 43 million. Let's see. Let's see if you can. So how much is a like 28% one? 11 div. Let's see. Let's see if I can shock stuff. You know what? Let's see.
It's a gilded one.
So 4.8 and then rare or unique enemy. My main moneymaker has been profit crafting. You lonely again.
We'll make it happen.
Let's see if we can even shock. Like, I'm curious to see if we'll even be able to shock enemies, because I think we do lots of smaller hits.
Look, Father,
Our Shockwave
isn't it
might be able to
beautiful?
shock.
Not now, Zana.
Okay.
That hits relatively hard.
Perhaps later.
But later never came. Patience is
8,
a
9, 10, 13.
tolerance.
Okay, so it gets up to like 14-ish%. Now it's up to 17? Okay, so 15 seems pretty realistic as long as I have the flask up.
You cannot hide from
And it lasted basically the entire fight.
madness consumed.
That's pretty good. Doesn't seem bad. I don't think this is worth anything. Yeah, unidentified is worth nothing. Like, so many of these mods are just so bad. Yeah, it looked like it was keeping itself up, yeah. Alright, so that seems pretty good. 15% shock seems reliable, which is like 5 million DPS. That's not bad for a flask. Not bad, not bad. So... add to build. Stormblood. Okay. So yeah, 15% on Uber seems pretty good, and it would be more on just random clear stuff, right? So that seems pretty good. Okay. Seems decent. 42 million DPS. Okay, I'll put this in the... state here. I should probably make a new item set for the Anime Guardian gear and put that in there as well. Oh, I think I have to update, right? Before I can do the Legion items. I think those were put in the most recent version, yeah? Yeah. Should I go for vulnerability? Do we think that's worthwhile? So if I change this to vulnerability, how much damage increase is that? That's a lot of damage increase, holy shit. And I lose not that much Fizmax hit. That's like 10 million DPS. Okay. I kind of want that. Hand of Heresy, Vuln. Of Heresy, Vuln, Implicit. Surely it exists, right? 7 div, that's not too bad. I do want it to be a higher percent life regen, though. So, like, 22? 9 div. There's only 3 of these that exist, though. Not very many people seem to be corrupting these. Vuln is a big damage increase. I should probably go for it over, over what's it called? Over Enfeeble. Enfeeble's like 2k Fizz max hit, and that's it. Doesn't seem that great compared to just doing a fuck ton more damage. Okay, does kind of suck that this helmet is not going to be able to be changed to Vuln effect increase, but it is what it is. Okay. And then... okay, so 53 million DPS. That's pretty good. 53.6 million seems pretty good to me. Alright. So with all the changes, all the updates, Fizz max hit isn't as good anymore, but it is what it is. I think 20k is fine for the most part. And if we really want to take less damage, you can always just go into Sand Stance and then have 24,000 and lose some damage. The damage seems pretty good. Seems pretty good to me. 53 million. Oh, this is cool. Add mod group. Interesting. Okay. All right. So I think that is it for the I think that is it for Cyclone. I think we're done. All right, so the live version is updated on the website. That's probably it for me today, though. I have a bunch of stuff that I got to get done today, and I need some extra time to be able to do it. So I will see you all tomorrow. Most likely, if I have some extra time, I'm going to farm off stream, and we're going to start the leveling process for the new build tomorrow. Should be the play. But yeah, I think this is finalized. Like, I think this is pretty good. 53 million DPS. Seems pretty good to me. 3 mana cost per second. But yeah, so I think the Cyclone build's done. The most recent update is in the live version. At some point, I'll like incorporate it in, but live version should have the most recent update with the 53 million version with Stormblood and all the extra stuff and everything here. So if you're looking for the finalized versions, this is where they will be. So yeah, should be good. All right, boys, appreciate you. Thank you for all bits of follows. I've done a lot of support. Thank you, appreciate you, and I will see you all later tomorrow for the new build.